Grandpa, can I tell you something without you laughing?
I can promise I won't laugh, and if I do, it will only be because I recognize myself in it. Go on.
Okay. It feels like everyone is comparing. My friends compare everything. Who's more successful, who's going to be rich, who's doing something big. And I'm 15 and I already feel behind.
That's heavy. 15 is supposed to be learning who you are, not auditioning for the future.
Exactly. And it makes me think, what is success really? Because they talk like success is this one thing, like money and status.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you, how do you think about it?
I can tell you how I think about it now, but I should also say something that might disappoint you. I don't think I succeeded in the way people usually mean when they say success.
What? Grandpa, come on. You're not a failure.
I didn't say I'm a failure. I said I didn't succeed in that specific way people describe. Financially, career-wise, that kind of story. I'm not proud of that part.
But why do you say that? Like, what happened?
If I look back, it wasn't one dramatic mistake. It was something quieter. I waited too long when life offered chances, and then the chance would pass, and I would tell myself it wasn't meant for me.
You waited like you didn't take opportunities?
Yes, I was very good at waiting. I used to think waiting was wisdom. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's fear wearing a nice suit.
Fear wearing a nice suit? That's funny, but also true.
It is true. I would think too much. I would plan in my head. I would tell myself, not yet, when I'm ready, when I know more, when the timing is perfect. And the timing was never perfect.
Did you have a moment you remember, like a specific opportunity you missed?
I remember one. A man I knew, older than me, he offered to show me how he did his work. He was skilled. People respected him. He said, "Come with me for a few days. Watch. I'll teach you." And I said, "I'm busy this week."
Were you busy?
Not in the way that mattered. I was busy being nervous, busy thinking I might look stupid, busy imagining I wouldn't be good at it.
So you didn't go.
No. And the thing is, he asked again later, and I said later again, and then later turned into never. Years passed. He moved. The door closed quietly.
Do you think if you went, your life would be different?
I can't know, but I know I would have learned something real. I would have been in motion. Instead, I stayed still and told myself I was being careful.
What about people you knew who did become successful?
That's the part that bothers me, Lucas. Because when I look at the people I knew who became successful, some very rich, many of them didn't have more talent than others. They were not perfect. They weren't always the smartest.
So what did they have?
They had a certain willingness. When something appeared, an opportunity, a suggestion, a connection, they leaned forward. They didn't wait to feel confident. They stepped in and then figured it out.
So you feel like they jumped and you waited.
Yes, and I don't mean they jumped blindly. They weren't stupid, but they moved sooner, and they learned while moving. I thought learning had to happen first.
That's what school teaches us, though. Learn first, then do.
Exactly, and school has its place. But life often works the other way. In life, you do something, make mistakes, adjust, and the learning grows inside you.
So you regret not making mistakes?
In a strange way, yes. Because mistakes mean you tried, and trying means you were alive in your own story. When I look back, some of my cleanest years were also my least brave.
That's heavy.
It is. But I'm not saying it to make you afraid. I'm saying it because you asked about success, and this is what I genuinely see when I look back.
What about advice? Like, did anyone give you good advice?
Yes. And that's another painful truth. People did give me good advice. Sometimes someone would say something simple that could have changed my direction. And I would nod. I would say, "That's smart." Then I would go home and do nothing.
Why?
Because doing something meant risking embarrassment. It meant admitting I didn't know. It meant asking again. It meant trying and maybe failing.
And what did the successful people do when they got advice?
They surprised me. They would ask questions. They would ask for help. They would ask for feedback. And then, this is the part that's almost unbelievable, they would actually apply it quickly.
Quickly, like the next day?
Sometimes the same day. Sometimes in minutes. Not because they were rushing, more like they didn't let the moment cool down. They treated advice like something alive, not something to store in a drawer.
That's wild. Because I feel like most people talk, plan, talk, plan.
Yes, And planning can feel like progress. It feels safe. But looking back, I think speed mattered. Not speed like panic, but speed like willingness.
So it's like, if you wait too long, you lose the energy?
Exactly. The energy disappears. The courage shrinks, and then the mind starts building 1,000 reasons. I became very good at reasons.
Grandpa, do you feel like time went fast?
Faster than I can explain. When you're young, a year feels like forever. When you get older, years can disappear. And that's why missed opportunities hurt later. Not because you didn't get the thing, but because you realize how quickly the window can close.
That scares me, honestly. Because I don't want to wake up at your age and feel like I waited.
I understand that fear.
But I also don't want to be reckless. My friends talk like they're going to be millionaires, and I'm like, okay, but how?
You don't need to be reckless, and I can't tell you how to be rich. I can only tell you what I saw and what I didn't do.
Okay, tell me what you saw. Like, what did the successful ones do differently?
They were not ashamed to ask for help. They didn't wait to be ready before showing their ideas. They didn't hide their work for months or years. They would show it early, get feedback, and adjust.
And you didn't do that.
No, I worked quietly, alone, for too long. Sometimes I would spend months thinking about something without letting anyone see it. It felt private, safe. But safe can become a trap.
That's interesting, because right now I feel pressure to look successful. But you're saying the successful people weren't trying to look successful. They were trying to learn faster.
That's a good way to say it. They were not protecting their ego. They were protecting their progress.
Wow.
And Lucas, I want to say something important. Even though I didn't succeed financially, my life wasn't empty. Your grandmother and I kept a family together. We built something stable. And you are part of my success, whether you believe it or not.
I do believe it. I want you to feel proud.
I am proud of many things, and I'm also honest about what I didn't do. Both can be true.
So when my friends compare and chase success, what should I think?
You don't need to fight them or judge them. Just remember, comparison is noisy. It makes life feel urgent in a fake way. Real progress is often quiet.
So, if you could say one thing to your younger self without giving advice, what would you say?
I would whisper, don't wait so long to become a beginner. That's all.
Become a beginner.
Yes, because beginners are alive. Beginners are learning. And waiting to be perfect is just a slow way of staying the same.
That actually makes me feel calmer, because it's not like be a millionaire. It's like, don't wait to start. Thank you, Grandpa. I feel like I understand something now. Like success isn't just results. It's also how you move when life gives you a chance.
You said it better than I did.